Alrighty, good morning everybody. How's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone's doing well. Welcome to my stream. Hello. How are ya? Hopefully you're well. And it's the weekend, guys. It's the weekend. Sorry, I'm a tad bit late. A few minutes late here. Not too much. Only a handful of minutes late. But I hate being late. Annoying. I'm really hyper this morning. Reason being, I've been running around doing a million things this morning. That had to be done in the morning. One thing that I have to admit about being self-employed but having a schedule of streaming is that this schedule of streaming keeps me occupied most of the times when other businesses are operating. And that means that sadly, it's really annoying if I need to, say, make a phone call or do something. I have to try to cram it in before a stream. And it could be very frustrating when you end up being on hold for a long time, or, I've got like a million things to do in a short period of time. And that's what happened to me this morning is last night I tried to do some stuff that normally I should be able to do at night, late at night, when I finish my work. And apparently I can't do it then anymore. Oh, you have to call during normal business hours. Wait, what? Why? I never had to do this before. Well, now you just have to do that. Okay. So I called during normal business hours, and I gotta wait on hold and everything. Very annoying. And it's funny because what gets me about that is even when I used to have an office job and all that, it was always that way. Like, I'm always busy during normal business hours because I'm working. So if I'm working, how do you expect me to do something during normal business hours of a business? Like, why do they even exist? Oh, a company, but we only have customer service from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. our local time. What? Well, how's anyone supposed to reach you if they're working? I got out of work, you're closed. That has always driven me nuts. Seriously. But anyway, I digress. That's just what was going on this morning. I was running around, I was on the phone, I was doing a million things here. And now I'm finally available to stream for you guys, which is a good thing, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a full day of streaming. All right? How's it going? Hopefully you're having a good weekend. I hope that the weekend's good for you. You guys are having fun and you're ready for a fun streaming day today. Continuing on with Donkey Kong 64. Oh boy. So we're in the middle of World 5. And one of the annoying things that I've come across here in World 5 is that sadly, it seems like there's things I'm coming up against that I can't do yet. And that's frustrating because I have all 5 of the gorillas unlocked. I have as many abilities as are available up to now unlocked. But there's certain things, like for example, there's a race with Lanky that I can't do yet because we don't have the ability to move fast. There's a race with Diddy. That's an aerial race with an owl. Can't do that because he says you need to have wings. Well, I don't have wings yet. See, so it seems to me what this game is doing is basically making it even more backtracky. And that's just terrible. You want to be able to do the stuff you come across when you play a game. You don't want to be inundated with backtracking endlessly. And it seems like that's really what they're going for in Donkey Kong 64. They just really want you to have to backtrack an insane amount in order to even do basic stuff in the game. And that's annoying. I want to try to get all the bananas, and I can't get them until I come back later. Like, I'm going to remember to come back, right? In addition, World 5 has a day-night mechanic. And the day-night mechanic means only during certain times can you do some things, and only during other times can you do others. And that's also frustrating, because now I have to backtrack again to the same area, a second time, a third time, in order to see what did I miss, or what couldn't I do when it was day or night. Let me go back now. It's just very tedious. Outside of the fact that I think the game is very outdated in regards to the controls and the camera, the gameplay design itself is incredibly tedious. Now, it's funny because some people have actually explained to me that this game came out in 1999, and back then, this game had basically some of the most content available on a console game. Like, it's unheard of that in 1999 you would buy a console video game and you would get like 30 to 40 hours of gameplay out of it. Like, that's crazy to think of. And I agree, like, even if you look at games like Super Mario World, even though that was many years earlier, I think it was like 3 or 4 years earlier, you know, you weren't getting that much content out of a standard game that you would buy. Maybe 20 hours tops at that point. So, I mean, admittedly, Donkey Kong 64 has a lot of content. But at the same time, it's incredibly frustrating that content isn't very entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, a collection quest, mini games that are incredibly frustrating. And I at this point, some of the mini games I actually have to cheat in order to beat it. Because if you saw, there was the mini game last time when I played where you have the cannon and you're firing at a banana while you're trying to dodge the Kongs. Well, the game's controls are delayed because it's the emulated version on the Wii U, and it's almost impossible to hit the banana. If you see the banana, you aim, you fire, you miss because it's already gone away. What you need to do is stare at the screen blankly and hope the banana shows up in an area you're already aimed at and just fire away. It's really frustrating. Or, oh my god, don't get me started on that that minecart stage, right? That was just nuts, how tough that was. And they expected you to do this, you know, legitimately without, like, using restore points. That's just insanity that they wanted a kid to do that in 1999. It's just, to me, it's, like, baffling. They thought this was fun. But apparently some people thought it was fun because apparently this game was a bestseller back then, and people still say, oh, man, this game's my childhood. And I'm like, geez. I feel bad for you. I really do. If this game's your childhood, you know, my childhood was Super Mario World 1, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, Street Fighter 2, Chrono Trigger. You know, I'm thinking of these amazing games that I played when I was young. And then you're like, oh, well, my childhood was Donkey Kong 64. I'm like, Jesus. I feel so bad. This is what you planned to play, right? This is really what you had to play. Like, oh my God, man. But it is what it is. Some people love this game. Some people, you know, infamously say it's a collection quest marathon, and it's really annoying. I'm not saying that I have not liked parts of it. I have liked parts of it. And when the game is working, and when you're understanding, oh yeah, I need this character to do this, and this character to do this, and you can immediately just run over and do a fun mini game or do something quick, it's fun. But right now, World 5 may be the example of the worst of what the game is, because it's so much backtracking that it's getting very, very annoying. We'll see. As I continue on here, we'll see what else, you know, happens in World 5, but, you know, I get the feeling I'm going to have to backtrack probably, you know, it's a 3.5 to 4 hour gameplay stream. Even though I'm halfway through World 5, I wouldn't be surprised if we barely finish World 5 today, just because of the nature of how this was designed. So I guess we'll see. You know, well, let's see how it goes. I would love to get to World 6 and get a tear into World 6 today. The game has 7 worlds, FYI. So definitely we can get near, you know, in the next few sessions, let's say 3 more sessions, hopefully we can get near the end of the game and wrap it up. Because, not to say that I'm hating it, but out of all the games I'm playing, this is the least enjoyable to me, just because it's so tedious and so much backtracking and the like. And so it just seems like an outdated model to me. You know what I mean? You know, I play Banjo-Kazooie. That's also from Rare. That game is way better than this one. I play Super Mario 64. That was kind of the archetype for all of these open world platformer games. That game's much better than this one. It's just like every other game I played that's similar in the genre of that time frame was better than this one. So I don't know why people like this one so much, okay? But it is what it is, I guess, okay? So, yes, Donkey Kong 64 here on the first stream today. We'll see how it goes, you know, and go from there. Later tonight, I am playing the Genesis Mini on my late stream. The Genesis Mini is the retro console that was released in late 2019. It was about the fall 2019. I've played many games on it, including Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, Sonic Spinball, Altered Beast, Golden Axe, and I just finished up Castlevania Bloodlines last week. So later tonight, you guys will be able to tell me what game on the Genesis Mini you'd like to see me play next. I'm leaning towards Streets of Rage 2, but it certainly doesn't mean that's what we have to do tonight. But I have started Streets of Rage 2 already, and I would love to continue and try to finish that game, because the game is quite good. But then I'm sure there's other stuff on there too. So 2 hours of retro fun later tonight. I hope you guys will join me for that around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow, we return back to Mass Effect 2. Now, I'm really excited for this because I played this a couple days ago, and I thought, based on what people were telling me at the time, okay, that no one was going to like it. It was funny because I was telling you guys, man, I would definitely be interested in a Mass Effect 2 run. I've wanted to do it a second run for the last 10 damn years, right? I played the game originally in 2010, never played it again. I would love to do a Renegade run. And this time around, I have all the DLCs. Like, all those DLCs that were released over the course of a year after the game's release are now available to load in and play as a part of the main campaign, okay? So, I was excited. I said, I really want to replay this game, and I have an opportunity to do it because there's some downtime before new releases come out. But it seemed like most people in the stream chat were being very negative about it. Oh, man, I don't want to see it, and blah, blah, blah. Dude, the feedback so far has been great. Attendance was great on the stream 2 days ago. People were actually yelling at me that I should play more right away, that why do I have to wait 3 days for you to play more? I want to see more right away. I did a poll last night on my Twitter. I said, out of all these retro throwback games that I've been playing recently, which playthrough are you liking the most? And the ones that I had on there were Super Mario World 1 and 2, Knights of the Old Republic, what was the other one? Hold on. Donkey Kong 64, which I'm playing right now, or Mass Effect 2. Guess what won the poll? Or is winning the poll? Mass Effect 2. By a big margin, too. So, that blew me away. I was like, damn. People actually really wanted to see this to begin with. It's just, you know what it is? I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's the silent majority. That's exactly what it is. It's people who maybe have been watching me for a long time. Maybe they even saw my original playthrough of Mass Effect 2 back in the day. And they don't usually speak up. But in this case, now that I'm replaying the game, they're ecstatic about it. A lot of people were telling me on the stream the other day, man, this is so cool. It's nostalgia. I'm thinking about 10 years ago, how things were. And when you were playing this originally, how the videos were and what I was doing in my life when I watched your playthrough originally. And this is really cool now seeing you replay it with direct capture and interaction with stream chatters and going to be doing all the DLC and everything together. People were pretty pumped. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm very excited for more of it tomorrow, okay? So more Mass Effect 2 coming up tomorrow, 4+ hours, all right? Then, tomorrow night, it's my weekly, what the hell is this? Oh, okay. My weekly Doom 2 stream, and we are heading into the final third of the game. I think I'm on stage 19 of 30, so after tomorrow night's stream, I'll probably be a good tear into the game, maybe another 2 sessions or so, we'll wrap it up. I really enjoyed playing Doom 2. I've never played through the whole game before. I've only played through Doom 1 before, so actually playing through Doom 2 has been a lot of fun, even though the game's very challenging and difficult and very cryptic with a lot of the ways that you beat the stages. I really enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the playthrough. It's a good way to get kind of reacquainted with first-person shooters and get ready for Doom 2020, also known as Doom Eternal, coming out in March, okay? Definitely excited for that. So, that's tomorrow. And then on Monday, it will be another session of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. This time around, it's going to be starting up the Buu Saga, because right now we're in a filler arc between the Cell and Buu sagas. And this is when Gohan is growing up and becoming a teenager and everything. So we're going through that kind of teen angsty drama right now in the game. But soon, the Buu Saga will begin. It should be pretty fun when that begins on Monday. And then Monday night, my weekly Minecraft chill stream. We'll still be searching for components to start up a mob grinder, but we'll be doing other stuff as well. It should be a fun stream Monday night. So that's the streaming week. Okay? Now, 1 week from Sunday. So this would be 1 week from tomorrow. That would be the 23rd of February. That is the date of my retrospective marathon. On that day, all of us will be on a stream watching moments from my 11+ year legacy as a content creator. We will be enjoying, these things as we watch them together. I'll be reacting to them more than likely for the very first time ever and watching them back for the first time ever, because over the last 11+ years, every day I'm making new content, right? So I don't have time to go back and reminisce about the old stuff. I finally will be doing that, which is pretty neat. So that'll be fun. That's going to be the 23rd of February. That's 1 week from tomorrow, okay? Then, on the 29th of February, which would be... No, excuse me. The 28th of February, which would be that coming Friday, the last Friday of the month. That's going to be the date of my Tips Fundraiser Marathon. The reason I'm doing this is very simple. I need to raise funds by the end of the month in order to make a large payment to my tax attorney so that he will do my taxes for me this year because I filed bankruptcy. He says I need to prepay, which sucks because I've never had to do that ever in the history of me doing my taxes for this business. I've never had to prepay. I've always just paid over the course of a year, but now I have to prepay. So I need to raise the funds out of nowhere, okay? So that's why we're doing this special Tips Fundraiser event on the 28th. It's going to be a Friday. What are we doing during that day? Metal Gear Solid 1. I'm finally going back to play it again. As well as Fortnite. I'm going back to play that again. There may be something else, but those are the two games I'm focusing on for this marathon event, okay? So I'll be playing these games, having fun, and hopefully raising tips so that I can raise enough to pay this guy so he'll do my taxes. If I don't, I'm pretty screwed. I don't know what else to do because, quite frankly, if I don't file my taxes, I'm probably, going to be in big trouble. So here's hoping it goes well, all right? But I'm just letting you guys know these are the special events and things coming up the rest of this month. Plus, there may be some new releases there that last week of February. We'll see. There's 2 new releases I have my eyeball on. But I'm going to see how things go this month and decide if I'm going to play them or not. But I'm interested in them. One's a Mega Man collection. I think it's like the Mega Man Zeros collection or something like that. And then there's a horror game coming out as well. I forgot the name of it. But there's 2 games I'm interested in by the end of this month. So, okay, guys. So, good stuff coming up this month. I hope you guys are excited. Okay? Hope you're excited. All right. Let's now move on. Oh, one thing I should say. You could keep nominating things for that retrospective marathon because the nominations are still open. To nominate, you can either type !retrospective in the stream chat, and that'll bring up the link, or every 20 minutes or so, that link will auto-post in the stream chat anyway, okay? One final thing, there's no sub-goal this month. The reason being, this month has been so hectic. The first week of the month, I was sick, and now we're really focusing in on raising tips so that I can pay this guy to do my taxes. So because of all that, I decided it doesn't really make much sense for me to now be trying to push subs when really it's tips that I need to be raising in order to make ends meet and do stuff this month. It would be kind of, counteractive to be pushing one thing over the other when I really need one thing instead of the other. So please understand that's why we're not doing a sub goal this month. Chances are there will be a sub goal returning in the month of March. I have an idea of what it is and I think it's going to work. So I think you guys will like it, but we're going to wait till March to do it considering we're already halfway through the month and I really need to raise tips. That's more important right now. Okay? Okay. Now, if you can only sub, Stargazer said, what if I can only sub? That's great. And it's well appreciated. Now, listen, I don't look a gift horse in the mouth when it comes to contributions. However you guys want to contribute, go right ahead. Okay? But right now, tips are what I really need the most. So thank you to anyone who does tip. Okay? All right, guys. Let's get to the plug segment. Thanks for 11 awesome years of allowing me to become a content creator and share my daily gameplay experiences with you on the internet. I started out as a full-time YouTuber. Now I'm a full-time streamer. And that means that primarily I get most of my income from live streaming contributions, okay? If you like the fact that I am here 6 days a week streaming full-time for you, if you like the fact that I archive all of my live streams over on YouTube on my DSPGaming channel, if you enjoy all of this content and you want to see it continue in the future, all right, please consider contributing in one of the following ways that I am about to outline here on the stream, okay? And thank you in advance to anyone who does. Now, before we even get to that, what I want to say is this. Please understand something. Contributions are greatly appreciated. They absolutely keep stuff going around here. This month in particular, yes, I really need help with tips because of the tax situation, but contributions are not mandatory, nor are they expected. I'm not demanding anything nor expecting anything from any of you. I'm happy that you just come by and hang out with me on a daily basis, that we're able to have fun and talk with each other, that you're able to share my gameplay experiences with me, and that we have a good chill time on stream. That's what it's all about. I'm a lifelong gamer. This was my hobby long before it ever became my job. I stumbled into having this as my job. I never intended for that to happen. I made YouTube videos for 2.5 years before I ever monetized any of them as a hobby. And if I lost my ability to monetize my streams for whatever reason, I would still continue to stream in a limited capacity, of course, but I would still continue to stream just because I love this, okay? So please understand that. And please know that I don't want you to feel pressured if you're here on the stream and, you know, people are contributing or whatever. You're like, oh, man, I can't do it. Now I feel like I'm the odd man out or whatever. You don't have to. It's all about just hanging out and having a good time with games. That's what it's always been. Streams on Twitch are free and are meant to be free all the time, forever. There is no, you know, paid for content here. But that being said, if you would like to go above and beyond being a standard stream viewer, if you would like to support the content, please consider doing so in one of the following ways. First of all, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. Your monthly pledges to my Patreon earn you personal perks depending on the level of contribution. All the details are available there, so I'm not going to waste time going through them. You can give it a look at your own leisure, and thank you very much to anyone who does contribute via that, okay? All right. Number 2, I have a Teespring store. Teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. And when you buy stuff from there, it helps me out. You get a cool collectible. It's primarily t-shirts that are available there, but there's a few other things like mugs and stickers and the like. So give them a look. Thanks to anyone who buys something from there. Now, if you're here live on the stream, all right, you're probably going to want to contribute in a way that gets you some live recognition and a shout out on the stream. And you can do that in one of the 3 following ways. You can either cheer with bits or subscribe to my channel or tip me. If you do any of those 3 things during the live stream, I will give you a shout out. Okay? So, thanks to anyone who does. Please understand, though, what I say and do on my stream is subjective. So if you do try to insult me or you break the rules or you derail the stream with your comment with a contribution, I'm not going to read it and I'm not obligated to, okay? In general, most people get it and it ends up being a fun time, so no worries there. So, I have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen. This is where I track things like the top tipper and top cheerer of each stream, so you can get extra recognition. I'll update that periodically. There's also a leaderboard built into Twitch itself, tracking things like the top cheerers of the week and the top sub-contributors of the week, meaning sub-gifters. I'll read those out a little bit later on the pre-stream as well for extra recognition. So there's many ways for you to get recognized here on a Twitch stream. Very nice, right? If you want to know the absolute best way you can contribute, the best way to contribute is by tipping me. As I already explained, I need tips in a big way by the end of this month in order to pay my tax attorney so he'll file my taxes. So please consider tipping me if at all you can this month. It is much appreciated if you do. All right? Ouch. I just cracked my neck. Ouchies. So, tipping. 2 ways you can do it. If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button you can click on, or you could type !tip into the stream chat. That'll bring up a link. Both ways you end up on my PayPal tips page. Something to know about PayPal tipping is that you don't need a PayPal account to do it. You can just use a debit or credit card, much like you would make any other payment on the internet. However, you may not actively see that option as soon as you load the page. Reason being is that a lot of the times, it doesn't load. It only loads on the full desktop version of the site. So if you're on a phone or you're on a mobile device, you may have to reload the site full desktop version, or just jump on a PC, and you should be able to see that and make a contribution via tip with just a debit or credit card, okay? All right. So, guys, thank you very much for considering contributing at all. But one thing I want to say up front so that you guys are protected. I'm looking out for you guys. I want to make sure that you don't get harassed online and that you don't have negative consequences for simply watching a stream or contributing to a stream. The reason I say this is because there's a lot of malicious people out there on the internet who literally just hurt people because they can. It's not because they get anything out of it. It's not because they have an end game result that they're planning. Just because they can anonymously hurt you, they will. All right? And you may not realize it, but we all have a ton of information out on the internet from social media and other things that we do. Just think about it. You know, between Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, etc., all the information that's probably out there about you, you know, your friends, your family members, where you work, where you hang out, your interests, it's all usable against you. And the reason I bring this up is because if you're going to contribute today, I strongly urge you to hide your identity, because you don't want someone saying, aha, someone contributed, here's a target now for me to try to harass online, because people will do it just because they're messed up, okay? So if you're going to contribute today, for example, if you're going to tip me, consider tipping me anonymously. You could just say anonymous. There's no one who would know who you are then if you do that. Or you could completely make up a name that has nothing to do with yourself or your online persona or your social media existence. I strongly recommend you do that to make sure that they cannot associate that contribution with you and come after you for it. Again, I'm just looking out for you guys, and I want you to be safe. Okay? Fair enough? All right. Moving on. The rules of the stream. First of all, I have to abide by all the rules and regulations of Twitch.tv because I'm streaming on their business. So please understand that. I can't just say and do whatever the heck I want, okay? But in addition to that, I have these own set of rules that I kind of live by and enforce because I feel that they maintain a certain kind of stream. Allow me to explain. I like to believe that the reason people come to my streams is that we can have a chill and fun time on the stream. Meaning, when you come to one of my streams, you can forget about all the stresses of your real life. You can forget about all the annoyances and the things that are bothering you and just kind of relax and let loose and have a good time watching me play a game, seeing my honest reactions to the game, getting some interaction with me or other stream chatters, and in general, just being chill, right? That's what it's all about. You're not coming here for drama. You're not coming here for all kinds of nonsense and negativity and toxicity. So we try to keep that crap off the stream. First of all, I don't allow politics and religion to be talked about on my stream for the very simple reason that people can't seem to have, what's the word? Logical conversation about it. It just seems that whenever people talk about these things, they get so agitated that they want to, yell at each other and they can't agree to disagree or they can't look from another person's perspective. Instead, it's my way, their highway. And, they get so angry at each other that usually it derails the stream chat. And next thing you know, the stream chat has nothing to do with the game I'm playing or me. That happens a lot where I'll be playing a game, I'll turn back, people are talking about politics or something. I'm like, now what the hell? What about the game? What are you here for? Why are you here to talk about politics if I'm playing a game? That's not what the stream's about, right? So in general, since people can't really be civil when it comes to these topics, as I've seen in the 11 plus years I've been a content creator, I don't allow them as topics of discussion on my stream. Now, however, if we're playing a game where these topics are pertinent to the game, maybe there's a subject matter in the game that has to do about it, that's different. Then we can definitely discuss those topics and reference to what we're doing on the stream. But please, politics and religion really have no place on a gameplay stream, and they're just going to derail everything, so please understand that they're not allowed. Now, in addition to that, I'm well aware there's many people on the internet who on a daily basis want to defame me, insult me, slander me and my family, basically drag me through the mud, make me look like shit, as if my life is a big fucking tabloid on the internet, which it shouldn't be, but these people have nothing better to do, and these people get personal benefits by making fun of me. For example, they have YouTube channels that make money, okay? So, I'm well aware that these people exist, all right? There's nothing I could do about it, because this has always been like this. It's just sad that it's allowed to happen on the internet. But unless I somehow become filthy rich and I'm able to sue all of them for defamation, which I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. So instead of sitting here and addressing it and discussing the toxicity and just being stupid and wasting our time, we don't talk about it at all. And in fact, it's against the rules to bring this stuff up on my stream. All right? Please understand that, because I just want you guys to understand that up front that there's no reason to derail the stream talking about this stuff. In reality, what you're doing is just giving these people the attention they're craving so that they can get more views, more clickbait, more money. And that's the last thing that we want to do. That's why it's against the rules. That's why we don't derail my positive streams with their negative, toxic nonsense. And we just move on positively and ignore their shit. It was actually funny because last night there was someone on my Street Fighter stream. And he literally said, wow, not that I want to go too much into it, but after all the things I heard about Phil's streams actually being here tonight, it's a completely different experience than what I expected. Much better than what I thought this was going to be. Right, because these people literally only highlight the bad. If I rage twice a night in a 2-hour Street Fighter stream, they act like that was the whole stream. When in reality, there was a lot of fun matches, there's a lot of good stuff going on. That's how it always is at my streams, but they don't want to highlight the good. They only want to highlight the bad to get their clickbait views and make money. So fuck those people. Let's not bring that stupid shit up. Let's just have a good and positive stream today. Okay? All right. Moving on, guys. It's time for the shout-outs. This is when I give you guys shout-outs for your contributions. We update the leaderboard, and we have a little bit of conversation and fun before I actually get to gameplay for the day. Okay? So we actually start off today with Pragmatic Tactician, who gifted a subscription to Alucart 177. Thank you, Pragmatic Tactician, for the gifted sub. I appreciate that. And enjoy, Alucard. Be sure to thank him for that. Roxanne resubscribed for 3 months and said, I forgot to resub. Duh. Well, thank you, Roxanne, for the resub and the ongoing support. I appreciate that. Excuse me. Good Game Goblin tipped me $1 to get the tipping started for today, so let me get him up on the leaderboard here. Oops. It's a $1 tip. Okay. Okay, and he says the following. I'm a little strapped for cash and time at the moment, so I hope all is well. You don't like history, but how about philosophy? Favorite Platonic dialogue? Opinions on Socrates? Excuse me. The truth of the matter is, I remember studying philosophy and really enjoying it. Like, I remember when I actually studied it in both high school and in college, or university, as some people call it. I really, really enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite subjects. But it's been a long time since I studied any of that. I mean, it was 2004 is when I graduated. So, 16 years removed from any kind of formal education. I really couldn't probably tell you much about any of that shit. It almost has never come up ever in my daily life at all as a topic of discussion. So I couldn't really address it nor even come to a higher explanation of any of it. So I want to say thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for the dollar contribution, but I don't remember any of it, okay? Raptor Balls took me $1.30. They were looking to get unbanned. I looked at it and I said, okay, so they are unbanned as of now. Please behave, Raptor Balls. Thank you for the tip. Pragmatic Tactician gifted another sub. This one time it was to Lycifer Soul. So congratulations to Lycifer Soul on receiving that gifted subscription. And again, be sure to thank Pragmatic Tactician, who's gifting a lot of subs today. Okay, very nice. Shout out to Roxanne, who now has tipped me $5. So actually, that's going to get us up to $7 in total tips. And let me go ahead and get Roxanne up on the leaderboard as the top tipper, and then we'll read what they have to say. Wow, it's using all numbers in the name. So Roxanne tipped me $5. Thank you very much, Roxanne. They said, Phil, you're the best. Thanks for always streaming and saving my friends and I from boredom. My friend mentioned last night you should write a book about your streamer career. Would you ever consider writing a memoir? No. I mean, the truth of the matter is this. I've said this all along. I've never, ever, in my 11 plus years that I've been an internet personality or content creator, whatever you want to call it, never viewed myself as anyone big or important. I just see myself as a Joe Schmo guy who stumbled into this completely random and by accident, and on a whim somehow turned his life around because, yeah, it's true, my life was shitty until I started kind of, doing stuff that was productive on YouTube, and that people basically felt had value. I had hated everything else going on in my life at the time. It was like insanely lucky that I kind of stumbled into doing this at the time and got popular the way that I did. I was very, very lucky. Right time, right place, as they say. But I don't see myself as anyone important. I don't see myself as anyone that anyone really would care about reading a book about. You guys know my story because you've been here every step of the way for 11 plus years. Some of you anyway. I'm sure not all of you watched me for 11 years. But I've been very public about everything going on in my life for 11 years. You guys know the ups, the downs, everything that happens with me. In reality, could I summarize all of that into an entertaining book and give you some behind-the-scenes insights and everything? Yes. Would anyone care about the book? I don't think so. I don't think anyone would give a shit. If the only reason I would ever write a book, and this is being very truthful, is if I feel that someone could read my story and learn from it and basically use it as a life experience that they would not make the same mistakes that I made, but also maybe learn some of the good advice that I've had from over the years, things that are helpful as well. So things to avoid and things that are helpful. That's why I would write a book. I wouldn't write one of these fucking fluff-ass dumb shit books from some of these YouTubers who think that they're hot shit, and because they've got a bunch of million idiots who follow them on YouTube to watch their garbage, that they fucking put out a fluff-ass book that's a piece of shit and doesn't help anyone, and then they make a bunch of money making a piece of garbage, all right? I'm not going to make a book that you sit there and you rip the pages out and wipe your ass with. If I ever were to make a book, it would be something that hopefully could help you, okay? But I'll be very honest. I don't think anyone would care. That's just me. Like, I've told you guys, I don't see anyone as more important than anyone else. I don't see people as, oh my God, it's a celebrity that I look up to and I would love to meet that person in real life and yada, yada. I don't have those kind of feelings about people. I never have. I never been starstruck. You know what I mean? So when people tell me, oh, Phil, but you don't understand, you're an internet personality and people would like to hear your story, whatever. I'm like, they would? I don't really care, right? I don't think so. I don't see it that way. So for me, I would only like begrudgingly ever even do anything like that because I really don't think anyone would give a shit about me. I'm just saying. Now it's funny because 11 years later, here I am still, still able to do this for a living and everything. So you would think maybe there is evidence to the contrary that people would be interested, but I don't know, man. For me, I seriously don't think it would be anything that would sell. I don't think anyone would buy it at all. More than likely, what would happen is people would just fucking pirate it, like usual with my content. And I don't think that it would be anything that anyone would care about. That's just me. You could completely disagree with me, but that's my take on it. Okay. All right. Continuing on. Good Game Goblin tipped another $1. Says, on behalf of chat's first Continental Congress, I'm officially filing our Declaration of Independence from the United States of Phil. We can tolerate your abuses such as bottle crunching no longer. Well, there you go. I guess they're seceding. You're seceding from the United States of Phil. How dare you? Thank you for the dollar tip. Good. The Grief of Geef tipped me $1.30. It says, yes, come here. I have something to show you. I call it the spin that I win. So that's a reference to last night's Street Fighter stream, which again was a lot of fun. If you can't tell, that was Zangief. Boy, I went on a tear with Zangief last night. Some people were just getting fucking 360, spinning pile driven into the ground a million times. It was a lot of fun. Every time I play old school Street Fighter, I have a lot of fun. Even if it's laggy, I still have fun with it. So, if you didn't see that, it's live on YouTube right now over on DSPGaming. 2 hours of retro Street Fighter fun. A lot of ass beatings that were handed out last night for sure. So, give it a look. Why don't I ever play ranked? Because it doesn't exist. You can't play ranked. I played ranked for the entire first year and a half that I played the game, and you can't find anyone in it. When you do, it's usually a laggy ass connection anyway. At least if you have a lobby, you have a variety of people that you can play in a circle, and you can get rematches and stuff. Versus when you play ranked, it's a hideous mess, a hideous fucking mess. So there you go. Chippy Chappy took me $1.30. Said, you happen to know when your forums will be back up, or are you phasing them out? No, they are back up. They were only down for 1 day this week. I talked about this on stream yesterday. They were only down for 1 day this week because of some issues. The issues have been resolved, but my webmaster basically says we need to do some site maintenance, and it's going to take a day or two to do this site maintenance. So he asked me when would be the best time. I was like, not now, because right now people are nominating stuff for the retrospective. So we need to have that site open, and of course I need the site open on the day of the retrospective. Okay, so we need to have it open at least through the 23rd, and then after that, maybe right after the retrospective's over, that would be the best time to take it down for maintenance for a couple of days. Okay, because I don't think anyone's going to be using it too much for those couple of days, and then we'll bring it back up for the month of March. Okay, so that's probably what's going to happen. All right, is for now the site is up, but it seems to have issues every once in a while. Really does need some maintenance, so we need to bring it down for a couple of days to kind of bring it up to snuff, which we will do after the retrospective. Okay, fair enough. All right, Chunky Jack did a 100-bit cheer. It's the first cheer of the day. He says, "What's your life story?" Maybe maybe one day I'll tell you my life story, but not today. That's way too long. But thank you, Chunky Jack, for the cheer. Let me get you up on the leaderboard as the first cheer of the day. That's Chunky Jack 301, 301. Shit. There we go. The OG Rascal did 100-bit cheers. I hope you're well. I enjoyed last night's Street Fighter stream. Thank you, OG Rascal. I'm doing well now that I'm on the stream. All the stressful stuff for the day, I think, is out of the way. Like I told you when I first started the pre-stream. It's annoying to me when I'm told, oh, you have free time at night, but you can't do anything at night. Wait, so I stream all day. My free time is after I finish my second stream. That's my free time to do stuff. Oh, that's too late. Everything's closed. You can't do anything. What? So I have all these responsibilities as an adult I need to do, but I have to do them during business hours when I'm working. It pisses me off. But anyway, I digress. That stuff's out of the way now. I think we'll have a good time, even though we're going to play a frustrating game today. And I certainly hope you guys will help me with Donkey Kong 64 if there's stuff in this day-to-night transitioning of World 5 that I can't figure out. So we can get through this goddamn game and get to World 6. But I think we're going to have a good time. I think it's going to be a fun stream. So I'm feeling it. Okay? Let's see here. Arcities tip me $1. Says, is the positive vibe, positive grooves meme considered a detractor meme? I think it's funny. I don't think it's malicious. I don't think it's a detractor meme. No. It was funny because people kept repeating it 100 times in my stream chat. And if anything, it's not the statement that I think is annoying. It's the fact that people keep repeating it so much. If you know, every once in a while people repeat it in the stream chat, that's one thing. If you're spamming it every 5 seconds, a giant fucking paragraph meme, copy pasta, essentially, it's annoying, you know? It's against the rules to do that regardless, and I'm very lenient on those rules. I don't usually enforce them. But if I see someone who literally is just spamming this shit constantly, you're going to get moderated for it, okay? The meme itself I don't think is bad at all. I actually looked it up to try to figure out what it was. And what it is, it was in a weekend preview video that I did in early 2018. Back when I used to do the weekend preview, remember that? I basically said, man, I'm getting those positive vibes and the positive groove back because there's a bunch of new releases coming out. And at that point in early 2018, much like this year, it's kind of a parallel to this year. Again, this year there's no new releases coming out for an extended period of time. And so it's kind of like all downtime stuff, all retro stuff I'm playing. A lot of people are complaining, where's the new releases, right? That's how it was in early 2018. And that's what I was saying in that video is I'm getting that positive vibe and groove back from when we were playing all those hot new releases last year in 2017. And people were really digging the streams because it was just, interactivity with all new releases. And we didn't have that for a few months. And I was getting excited for those things to come back. So in reality, I think that it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that meme at all. It's just about moderation, not completely spamming my stream chat with it constantly and annoying the shit out of everybody. Okay? Okay. Now, Portusum Zone says, I think detractors may sometimes say it as a way to make fun of you and say, oh, look how toxic your streams get during Street Fighter matches. That's the funny thing, because that's what idiots do. They use it as a black and white reference. Like, okay, so once I said I'm getting positive vibes and positive groove back, but here's a moment where I'm raging over something, like a Donkey Kong 64 pissing me off because it's so outdated and annoying, or a Street Fighter stream where there's a ton of lag, I'm frustrated that I played a laggy match, and I'm raging at it. Oh, now let's reference it. It's like, yeah, because in life there's highs and lows. In life there's good and bad. In life there's moments of rage and moments of enjoyment. Everyone knows this, but to a simpleton who will reference that as something negative, you act like, oh, well, at one time you said there was positive vibes, but no, it's negative. Yeah, that's not contradictory. That's you being a fucking idiot, having the brain, a pea brain of like a 5-year-old. So, fuck off. You're an idiot. There you go. Good Game Goblin tipped me $1 and said, per our declaration, Jim Bob is now president. Any further abuses of our inalienable rights will be met with his righteous fury. Our second Congress will meet soon to declare the new stream rules. Sounds great. Okay, then. Continuing on. Crap Cock did a 110-bit cheer and says, can you share Cat's tuna casserole recipe? It sounds amazing. I don't know the recipe. I can tell you the ingredients, but I don't know the recipe. She makes it, not me. I know that it's, it's any kind of pasta. When we first started making it, it was elbow macaroni, but we changed it to farfalle pasta. That's also known as bow tie or butterfly pasta. We like it a lot better with that. What the hell did I just do? Look at this. What the fuck's going on? What the frick? I'm not trying to do that. I was accidentally resizing the stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen. Whoops. Okay, so anyway, yeah, it's some kind of pasta. It doesn't matter what kind of pasta it is. Obviously, canned tuna. Use canned tuna in water, not in that oil shit, because that's disgusting. Use it in water. Peas. Breadcrumbs. You could use any kind of breadcrumbs. Some people like panko. Some people like regular. We like Italian breadcrumbs because it adds a lot of extra flavoring and seasoning. I think you need a can of cream of chicken soup or something like that. Cheddar cheese that you melt on top of it and you mix into it. And there's other stuff too. I can't remember off the top of my head. There's at least, and you could put a lot of stuff in. You could put celery in it, right? You could do a lot of things with tuna casserole. And I know that she seasons it a certain way. I have no idea what her seasoning mix is that she puts in it. But it's fucking good, dude. It's really good. So, anyway, there you go. That's the basic ingredients, but I don't know the recipe. Okay? Junior Mint did 100-bit cheer. He says, they say the 2017 vibe thing because you look like Scrooge McDuck rubbing your hands together. What's wrong with someone rubbing their hands together? What's wrong? Hold on a second. What's wrong with someone rubbing their hands together? Yeah, getting that vibe back, baby. Yeah, I'm getting the groove. If you're excited about something, right? I talk with my hands. I'm Italian. Italians talk with their hands like this. If you are excited and you want to talk. Yeah, I'm excited to talk. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with someone talking with their hands or having fun? It's just idiots. It's just people who just want to be negative about everything, right? If someone's animated about something, you're excited. There's nothing. It's just dumb as shit. You know, stupid. Anyway, let's continue. Let's give a shout out to the top cheerers and top sub gifters of the week. Let's do that now. So, thank you to the top cheerers of the week. In 10th place, we've got Mr. Papavera. 9th place is Junior Mint 007. 8th place is Cliffy Bureau. 7th place, Mature Adult. 6th place, Spartan King. 5th place, Chunky Jack 301. 4th place, Snake Eater. 3rd place, Tomahawk MCX. 2nd place this week is Akio Artorias. And in 1st place, with 2 very generous cheers earlier this week, Wee Wiz. Thank you for that. Also, sub gifters of the week, thanks to the following people. Philly Buckeye and Alfred Aponte each gifted 1 sub each. Then we've got Pragmatic Tactician, Sloppy Bro 117, Crapcock, Boxing Elephant, and Snake Eater, who all gifted 2 subs each. And then in 1st place for the week, Big Papa Phil gifted 3 subs this week. So thank you guys very much to those who did contribute via that method. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like we've covered everything, right? I think we have covered everything here on the pre-stream. And I don't think we have anything else to talk about. Right? I think we've covered all the bases. So, oh, hold on a second. Pragmatic Tactician just gifted a subscription to Play Scrat's Nutty Adventure. So I actually believe that made Pragmatic Tactician tied for the top sub-gifter of the week, along with Big Papa Phil. I think it's a tie for 3 gifted subs now. So, thank you again, Pragmatic Tactician, for all of the support and everything. All right, guys. So one final reminder: the best way to contribute to me today is by tipping me. I really need the help with tips, so please consider tipping me if at all you can. If not, that's fine, but please tip me if you can. Okay, that is it. Let's end the pre-stream, and guess what? We're gonna jump into DK64 right now. No extra break like I do sometimes. I don't have to use the restroom because I used it right before I started pre-stream. Okay? Fair enough? All right.